Hello. How you doing? I look a little messy around the beard area. I should fix that, but I'm trying to grow it long. I want to do the curly Q. Ah! Ah! I love Halloween time. I really do. I usually go every year with my friend Amanda. And now Amanda and Hugo. And it's a blast. I love walking down the street with the little kids. Dressed up. They love it. Ride the shoulders when their little legs get tired. Always been a fan of it. I like seeing the ladies dress up. Big time. I love them. They're so freaking beautiful and awesome. And last year when I went, I took my little pyramids and I fucking threw a couple of them. I threw a couple of them down along the way, along the path. And I remember where it occurred. I did that to do the gifting of orgone. You put them around an environment, because it's like the city down here, so it's sort of dense, but city country, not so city, to sort of break that little bit of heaviness that does still go everywhere where there's concentrations of mass people. Because I don't like a lot of people. Being out here in the country as opposed to like the big city, way different feeling. And a lot of people are really caught on their feelings. Like their feelings are the whole, basis of every fucking thing that they think and are motivated by, but they don't have any sort of thinking that reigns over that. You have your feelings, that's great. Use your body as your fucking dowsing tool. Feel what you feel. But you need critical thinking to reign over that feeler so that you can have a translation and a reflection. You feel something, you need to be able to reflect on it. Why do I feel this way? All right? A lot of times, if you don't ask that question, you're going to get in a wreck. A situational wreck. Not a fucking physical car wreck. You could. Obviously, that's true. It's possible. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like in a situational wreck where you interact wrong in some sort of way because you've reacted. Now your emotions will cause you to be reactive. Someone says something, you're offended, you react back, cuss them out. You may have misunderstood something. But if you're not thinking, if you don't have your critical thinking on, you're not keeping that channel in balance with your feelings ain't worth shit. I'm sorry to tell you. They're worth shit to you, and they're valid. They're your feelings. And no one can argue with you about that. If you feel something, you feel it. Nobody should ever tell you what you feel is wrong. Is it wrong? No. If you feel it, you feel it. Now, what is it? Can you trace it back? See, there needs to be more awareness in this situation of the feelings, because people are not to yell at the young people, as I did in my previous video, without giving them a solution isn't always the best thing. I've got to fucking yell and vent about the societal shit. Because I think there are so many smart people and so many very different experiences in their life that were they able to communicate and not just get in these echo chambers where they just reinforce their own stuff, I think it would be beneficial for everyone. I do. I think if you could actually express yourself, how you feel, but from a not a, I'm in my safe space place, because in there you're not looking at why it is. And in fact, like with the mental health issue and the trans people, they're being told to affirm them, and no one's actually looking at why this is. Why do you think you would feel like that? If you just say, oh, then you must be. That's not the correct way to go. If I get angry about something and I'm not aware of what it is, I'm just angry, I'm likely to fucking go off on anybody in that state. If I'm angry, I know what I'm angry about. I trace it back. I reflect. I say this and this and that happened to me. X happened to me. Thing happened to me. I am mad. Well, then I'm immediately in another state because I know the thing that made me mad. I might have a basic awareness of it if it's an event that, somebody just stomped me in the foot, and that pisses me the fuck off. But with things that arise when there's no awareness of them, you might be in a shit ass mood and not know why. But you can find out why. But you have to reflect. You have to look. You have to follow back the sequence of time to where you began to feel the way you began to feel. A lot of times, you might have remembered something that could trigger it really fast, and it just brought back that experience of anger and wrath. Maybe something happened to you and you were powerless, and now you're pissed because you re-experienced that powerlessness, and that'll make you angry. If you were fucking made to feel that way by someone, something makes you re-experience it. But if you're not reflecting and you're not tracing back what you're feeling, then you're not in a position of power at all. Now your emotions power your manifestation ability, your ability to create an experience forward in reality. They do. But you've got to get those higher emotions activated. And I'll put the scale with the bottom as being the emotion of shame, and the top being the I think it's the emotion of enlightenment. Which it is, and it is a feeling. You feel it, but it's a feeling that borders on the mental realm. So it's like you're enlightened, and you have knowing. You could think and see. You have knowing, which is mental, of things that you might have to think about. Active thinking and devising in your mind is a very mental, like, brain task. And the brain is very good at only giving you a this or that, the binary. You want to not be binary? Then stop being such a fucking brain drain. You think if you stay in your head, you only get a black or white, a positive or negative binary view of things, because that's what the mind is. The mind separates something so that it can understand it. It takes something as a scale, like this is temperature, hot, cold. Now that's the temperature, that's the air. Ultimately it's one thing. It's however much energy is in the environment that we feel as a temperature. But on the scale, the plus and the minus is cold and it's hot. And every fucking thing is like this. But now with your heart, you can get that third option Like they say with quantum mechanics, you have zeros and ones, and then you have superposition. You have both 0 and 1, and then both 0 and 1 and 0 and 1 simultaneously. I didn't say that as eloquently as it should be, but the superposition is the point where it's everything it can be. The heart experiences that form of thinking. That's the thinking that the heart does. It's aware of all the possibilities. And it's more suited to bring about what you, in fact, want to be. But that's the informed, reflective experience of feeling something, reflecting on it, not staying in the head, but reflecting on what is and returning to the heart. Wisdom and heart mind. In Egypt, they said Thoth was the thinking heart of Ra, the wisdom. Like the heart is the mind, the thinker. There was no concept of the brain being the mind. They threw the brain away. They didn't even keep it. They fucking scrambled it with some sort of pick thing and pulled it out of the nose and threw it away. They didn't even keep the brain. It wasn't important to them. But the heart was. And the heart was where they had their understanding of thinking. Which, you know, we feel like we're in our head because we're seeing out our eyes. But they saw out their eyes too. Out the head. Yet they knew. It was right here. Your heart. So I just wanted to bring that forward and share it with you because you should know. You know, if you don't know, and it's the very little things in the world, the little things that change the path, how you and your path you're walking, that make either the good days or the bad. You know? And I want you to have a better time. I want our future as humans. I'm affected by how I feel the world's going. You know, at the things that I see, it bothers me. And it may not affect me any other way other than I see it and I see other people going through that experience of it's fucked up. And I see the way that our nation is. And it's very sad because it seems like there's a lot of people being mind controlled into believing all this fucking bullshit for reasons that are agendas. Do I have an agenda? Yeah, my agenda is to help inform you from my point of view, what I think and feel and believe in such a way as you can take the same observer position in the reality and then make the best out of it. You can decide. You can feel your feelings, be open to them, and be able to reflect constantly and know at every second of the day where you are and why you're there and how you feel. And when you feel lower vibration emotions, to not embrace them, but to acknowledge them and let them go. Because when you do, they will not be embodied in such a way as to cause you problems, stress, and bodily harm, disease, ill health, discomfort. You can acknowledge them, which is the correct thing, and then release them. If you just feel and you're in a pissed off state, like a fucking pissed off eagle, you're walking around fucking gonna peck. Every motherfucking peck. Everything you see because you're pissed off, you're gonna embody that anger. You're gonna embody it, and it's gonna be toxic to you. Because think of the emotion. It's not good. There's righteous anger. Genuine injustices, wrongs being done, and you too. You can see that, you can feel it, and you need to acknowledge it. Acknowledging it allows you to not be snared by it. The silent feeling type will embody all kinds of bottled up emotions that are not necessary and not desired. You don't have to live like that. And it's a simple way to not do it.